going to be working on one-step inequalities with addition and subtraction, and then multiplication and division, okay? All right, the other thing we're going to be looking at is we're going to make sure we can graph them. We are not going to graph everyone on our notes, okay, just for time purposes, but we're going to graph a couple. You just need to make sure you read directions. If it says graph, graph. If it doesn't say graph, don't worry about it, okay? And then we're also going to be writing our solution in set builder notation. Now, this is not something we talked about this summer, okay? And it is probably not something you were taught in junior high, okay? What we want to do is expose it to you so that you, if you ever see it, you're not freaked out by it, okay? Some things like testing, SAT, PSD might have something like that on there. Others, they'll never write it in this form. But if we're exposed to it, then you know what it is and you're not worried about it, okay? All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to solve. Now, if you still need to build your walls, make your wall if you need to. Okay, whatever you do to one side of the inequality in this case, you do to the other. So how do we solve this? What are we going to do? Woo, look at these hands up. We're going to start here and work around. What do you got?
Add 15.
Very good. So we're going to add 15 to both sides. So that cancels. Okay. X, keep the symbol, greater than. And then what is negative 12 plus 15? 3. Very good. Okay. Now, set builder notation. Okay, you just take your answer. You leave your answer as is. You're going to stick a line in front of it. And then put whatever variable we're working with. So x. Okay? And then you're going to put set brackets around it. Okay? This is what's called set builder notation. Okay? Now, the reason we do this, let's look at a quick graph. So let's go ahead and sketch out a graph. Okay? We have 3. Again, just put a number on either side when you're having to hand sketch it. Okay? Open circle or closed circle? Okay, so opened on 3, and are we going to shade to the right or to the left? To the right. Very good. Okay? Now, with this being said, set builder notation is telling you that we have a set of numbers. Okay? So if I look at this, everything from just past 3 over is going to be an answer, right? So we have an infinite number of possibilities for answers here, right? Because isn't that arrow going to go on forever and ever and ever and ever, right? Okay? So when I'm looking at this, we put it in set brackets because it's a set of numbers, just like our homework. Okay? So just like in lesson 3.1, we did a set, but we were only plugging in a couple of numbers. Now we're saying, this is how you say this, all values of x such that x is greater than 3. That's how that's read. Okay, so what it's just basically saying is you're going to use every number past 3. That's what that's saying. Okay, it's just a fancy way of writing it. All right, so if the directions ask for set builder notation, then you need to make sure that that's what you put. If it doesn't say set builder notation, then you can just put this little guy right here, and you're good. Okay. All right, but for practice, for here at the beginning, we're going to put set builder on everything just to practice it. Okay. All right, so now off to the side, I'm going to tell you how to read it just to remind you. So all values of x such that x is greater than 3. Okay? Like I said, it's just a fancy way of writing it. It doesn't change what our answer is. Okay? All right, we're going to go to B now. Get right a second here to finish up. All right, so on B. All right, so drawing a wall. What are we going to do?
Can you go back?
Yeah, I'll go back.
I'm sorry, I just think.
That's okay. Write fast, girl.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, yep, no problem. All right, so now what are we going to do on this guy? How are we going to solve this one?
Add 3.
Very good. Add 3 to both sides. Okay, so we end up with 13 greater than or equal to x. Now, what do I have to do before I can graph? Link?
The line.
Okay, no. Before I graph, let's go one step at a time. Before I graph.
Change the sign. Like, flip the variable.
Right, flip it, rewrite it, okay? So the first thing that has to happen is your variable still has to lead the way, even in set builder notation, okay? Your variable always has to be out front. That's a must, okay? All right, so now set builder, line, X, and then set bracket.
So, if, like if our homework had that, and we didn't put the line in the other X, would it be wrong?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so Ben's question is, what if I forget the blue section here? What happens? You're going to miss a half a point every time you forget it on a test or a quiz. If the directions say set builder, we expect you to put it. Okay? All right, so now if I'm going to graph, okay, again, just put like 13, right? And 12 and 14 on either side. Okay, closed circle or open circle? John, close or open here?
Close.
Good.
Yeah.
And are we going to the right or to the left?
To the left.
Very good. Okay. All right, does anybody have a question on that? Okay. All right, let's go down to C. We're gonna stop graphing now. I feel like we're good on the graphing, so we're just gonna pick up the pace a little bit. What do we do to solve this one? What do we do? Ashley R? Or Ashley B, sorry.
You multiply 3 by itself.
Good, okay, so multiply both sides by 3. It says division of 3. So we multiply by 3 to get them to cancel. So X is less than -6. Okay? And then finish it off into set builder. The variable's already up front, so we're good there. So line X and set bracket. Okay? Everybody okay so far? Alright. What do we remember about something like D? Sam?
You multiply by the reciprocal.
Very good. Multiply by the reciprocal. Okay? So I'm going to multiply by -4/3 on both sides. Okay? That way all of this cancels over here. Okay? Alright, now what happens with the 3's on this right-hand side here? Very good. You're going to cross cancel to 1's, right? So this will cancel to 1's. So we have -4 left over. Does that make sense? So -4. Okay, anybody remember anything special about this guy? Why is this wrong? What is wrong with that answer? No? No, we can have negative numbers. Negatives are numbers too. Let's not discriminate.
You need to flip the sign.
Flip the inequality symbol. Good. Very good. Why? Do you remember why we flip it?
Because if it's a negative, it faces the other way.
Okay, it's not. That's a negative answer.
Is it because the 3/4 is in front of the W?
No, that has nothing to do with it.
Oh, because like it's not a number. So
Okay, why do we flip it? Maddie was closest so far. She's by far the closest.
because it was
Oh, you're overthinking. Sam?
It's because when there's negatives, you go the other way.
Okay,
Since
when
it's
you
negative.
multiply or divide by a negative.
You get a negative.
Okay, so back here, we had a negative, but we didn't flip it, right? Okay, because what we moved was a positive number. So we multiplied by +3, it didn't change the sign. Okay, here I'm multiplying by -4/3 on both sides, so my inequality sign has to change direction. Okay, so we're putting a note of that on the side here. Anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number, flip the inequality symbol.